Ukrainian what you should see in their country, and they'll quickly rattle off the 7 wonders of Ukraine, which are Sofievsky Park in Uman, Kiev-Pechersk Lavra, Kamenets-Podilsky Historical Complex and Fortress, the island of Hortitsia outside Zaporizhia, Khersones, which is known as the Ukrainian Pompeii outside Sevastopol, St. Sophia Cathedral in Kiev, and the Hotin Fortress. But as much as I'd like to be, I'm not Ukrainian, and so here is a list of my favorite things to do while in Ukraine. Well, other than hanging out with the locals. Lviv in general, affectionately referred to as the New Vienna or the New Prague, or a cheap place backpackers often come to and end up staying for a while at, and sometimes, hey, wasn't Schindler's List filmed there? Lviv is gorgeous. It looks like a sleepy little town, all cobblestones and Easter egg colors, but then night comes and something weird happens. Lvivsky Brewery has been here for over 300 years, so it's no wonder that Lviv has its fair share of bars. Start the day off at the Gas Lamp Cafe, which is so named because the Polish man who invented the kerosene lamp was exiled to Lviv. The best views of the city are found from its massive wooden loft. Things start to take a turn when you enter the House of Legends. The interior is a maze of fairy tale memorabilia, and the servers are all little people. Appropriate? No. Must see? God, yes. The odd thing is it's best known for the drinking games that commits on its roof that involve throwing change and not much else. Aww. And then there's this bar, Stary Misto, which means Old City, that's in a trolley bus, and that's pretty much it. Leopold von Massock, who masochism is named for, is from Lviv, so it's only fitting there be a bar named after him. With whips and chains, waitresses in bondage, and men drinking cappuccinos here in the daytime like dildos in the bathroom are a completely normal thing, it's a must-see. To get into Kryivka, you gotta know where the entrance is, and the secret phrase, Heroyam Slava, glory to the heroes, to get in. This 24-hour bar is outfitted to look like the 4 sheltered bunkers that the Ukrainian insurgent army hid out in during their guerrilla wars. And in the night, in the not-so-secret, Mason-themed, most expensive Galatian restaurant for a touch of oh-so-pricey class. Dark tourism has come to Ukraine, and it can be an unnerving experience, being in Chernobyl surrounded by people asking to get their photos taken and gasping every time their Geiger meters shoot up. But one thing everyone can agree upon is that life here, before the accident, would have been among the best places to live in the country. And seeing all that hope and pride now in ruins has an indescribable melancholic effect on anyone that comes here. Balaclava. You never guess it, but this gorgeous town is hiding one of the Soviet Union's greatest secrets deep within its mountains. Shortly before Stalin's death, he approved the building of a secret nuclear submarine base here. Losing the arms battle with the US, the Soviets quickly went into action, constructing a facility that could withstand the force of 5 Hiroshimas. Now it's a naval museum and open to the public. Unfortunately, tours are only available in Russian, but generally there's an English-speaking guide along on most tours that you can creepily stalk, or you can just hire your own. Okay, why this place isn't on more lists is beyond me. With 2 fantastic churches, a mosque that dates back to the 16th century, an ancient dervish monastery, and some pretty awesome, albeit dilapidated Turkish baths, Yevpatoriya's cultural mishmash is far from the expected snowy tundra most think Ukraine to be. And the best part? Most just come here for the beach, which makes exploring these places, even in the height of summer, an uncrowded breeze. However, this place makes it on my list for the food. Tatar cuisine is something everyone must try while in Ukraine, and no place does it better than Yevpatoriya. Try the chubareki, fiendishly good fried pockets of dough stuffed with cheeses or meat, and then move on to the lagman, a traditional noodle soup. However, the thing I'm still trying to figure out how to make at home is the plov. It's a baked rice dish with meat and spices. And while most of the restaurants here are traditional, meaning no alcohol, they do have hookah and plenty of outside seating, which almost makes up for it. Odessa has a way of converting those who would otherwise like to dismiss Ukraine. The Pearl of the Black Sea, this seaport town has captivated its audience since it was founded by Catherine the Great in 1794. And even now it can feel like you've border hopped into a country that has a thing for the Mediterranean, with a slight dollop of Soviet flair. Falafel and shawarma stands crowd the streets while babas sell sunflower seeds alongside pouches of paprika and saffron. But what keeps me coming back is the somewhat secret jazz bars that blare out live music nightly, and people like this guy, who decided to put on an impromptu tap performance while completely sober. It's hard not to consider converting to a Thoreauvian lifestyle after a visit to the Carpathians. Everything seems so simple and yet sublimely foreign. Like when the hotel I stayed at had a bear, and the reservationist kept telling me, "Get closer to the bear," and obviously I'm not feeling it. But my most memorable experience was with this man, Roman Kumlik, one of the last distinguished artists from SSR times and a renowned Hutzel folk artist. And when you find him at his home in a remote village, you will have discovered the Mr. Rogers of Ukraine. Smiling, friendly, no idea what he's talking about half the time. Entering his home is like walking into Geppetto's workshop, with instruments covering the walls and mannequins in the corner. And the man can put on a show, for an hour and a half, playing seemingly every musical instrument he can get off the wall. And he was cracking them up, making Roman Kumlik a must-see in the Carpathians. So there you have it, a brief look at some of my favorite places in Ukraine. So when you go there and get back and everyone asks you, "Isn't Ukraine like all snow and beets?" you can say without a pause, "Absolutely not," and show them your list. Or you can lie and try to keep this place a secret just a little bit longer. Чому? Бо я не той, хто тобі потрібен.